All right, so this is my finished result and I'm absolutely happy with it. See how this completely covered the rust, which is amazing with epoxy. And another thing that I love is that you don't have to caulk, because this epoxy is as hard as a rock. And so it went right into the seams where you would caulk. And you wouldn't want to, because caulk is quite hard to take out. So you don't want to be messing around with that. And I put the masking tape just, above this line here, so the epoxy seeped in. Now there is a little gap here. You see this hole right there, and I want to fill in with epoxy. I got the repair kit because I assume that unless you're an absolute professional and there's no dust or bugs that ever enter your house, you may very well need it just to do touch-ups. Now this is a rental, and you can see a little bug settled here, so I don't want the tenant scrubbing it to get the bug out, because that will scratch the epoxy. So I'm going to put a little dab of the epoxy and let it dry and harden. There are there is a drip mark, but again, I'm not searching for perfection. I'm, a first time doing this, and it looks absolutely gorgeous. This tub was rusted and discolored, and here it is now. Now I didn't choose to do the bib because the bib is good quality and it's about the same color. And if I ever want to retile the floor, and I push something up against it or scratch it, I just save that. And there is a little, drip mark here, but again, that doesn't bother me. Now, some things that I learned is that right after I did this, I decided to paint the exterior doors, and it was getting close to sundown, and that could have been why those two bugs flew in. Not the best decision, really. But I had trouble sleeping that night, thinking I'd have a whole colony of bugs settle in the bath, but I didn't. Another bad decision I did, which I don't recommend, is that this bathroom was dirty and I wanted to clean it up for a showing. So I started cleaning it up, and it's like I was disturbing all the dust. And once I realized that, I stopped immediately, because you don't want any dust or hair or anything settling on that epoxy once it dries, because you only have so long. And I did touch up an area here. You can't really see the inconsistencies, but it was drying, and a little piece of hair fell out. But overall, I am delighted. I mean, this is amazing, and I just love how it covered the rust by the drain and the overflow. It's just a dream. And you do have to educate the people that use the bath. No harsh chemicals, no abrasive cleaners, and just a gentle soap. And again, I got this touch-up kit from Amazon for about $40, and I am going to use it. I may just see the ratios and just use a bit, and then keep it on one hand, one side. Another thing that I did with this epoxy, which is interesting, because while you have it, you're going to have extra in the end. I had quite a bit extra because I didn't do the bib, is that I covered the rust on my oven. Like here, it was really, really rusty, and it totally coated it. I had sprayed it before with Rust-Oleum, but this is gonna completely coat it. And I had a bit of rust on the bottom of my fridge, which I covered. And I had also a few broken white tiles, so I filled in the epoxy. So let's go back to the bath and end the video here, and I'll put up the series, and then when I do the little repair, I will document on that. But for a beginner, you absolutely have to watch the videos and the procedures. I mean, there's no way, there's so many mistakes you can make. I was nervous about the epoxy going down the drain. It didn't, but it went a little around the beginning of the perimeter, but the water seems fine. The only thing is on the drain is the surface is a little bit higher now, just the way it's settled. I could sound it, see if it could go down, but I do have a rubber gasket underneath this drain here, so there's not much of a space, just the rubber gasket. So hopefully water won't gather around here, but I don't think that this would rust. And there could be a few like small inconsistencies, maybe a little bit of the bubbles, but it's just amazing, you know. I mean, it looks so shiny, white, and beautiful, and it's really a tarnish when you have a bath and you're showing it or somebody's using it and it's rusted, and the rust can, you know, it could deteriorate the bath. And I love that it went into the seams where you normally caulk. I love that. I don't like bathroom caulk. It's very hard to remove. It's hard to put on. I can't say enough about this. I think it's amazing. But again, do your research. And this is far superior to the Rust-Oleum kit, which has toxic fumes and took me 2 days to get off with a paint stripper, and you can see that in my previous videos. I would highly recommend this product, and I'll probably do a follow-up video, hopefully in time, just to see how it wears, you know, a year or 2 years from now. And it's just amazing. And I'd love to do another bath should the time open itself up for me to do so. But I actually spoke to a few other friends, and they said, oh, they have planned to do this. And once you do this, if you want to do, you know, they have the beautiful epoxy countertops that imitate granite. You know, now I'm much more comfortable with the product, but look how it glistens, you know, look how it shines, and it's just gorgeous. I'm just thrilled, and this is one of the bigger projects I've done. I haven't done one for a long time. It felt really empowering. I did it all by myself, and highly recommend. So I will end here. Before that, I'll just get this box. This was $169 from Amazon. My only complaint is that it didn't have a paint stick in it. Luckily, I was doing a lot of work myself, so I had my own paint stick. But I can't imagine, you know, being all ready for the process and mixing it and realizing you need a paint stick, although you can't mix it without a paint stick. But yeah, so don't clean up afterwards. Don't start opening the back doors to paint them. And I would close the bathroom door, put a towel under it, and turn off a light. And it's probably realistic that a bug or two might settle in. I'm not sure. I'm sure if I didn't open the back doors to paint, I wouldn't have invited the opportunity. However, it could have been a lot worse. And that night when I went to bed, I imagine waking up to many bugs and debris. So just amazing product, and you know, solid, rock hard, beautiful shine and glaze. So happy and so proud of myself that I was able to do this. I've been wanting to do this for a long time, looking at this bath and the marks and the rust. But it does, you know, my white tile on the wall doesn't look as white, but still amazing. So I'll let you go. And again, do your research beyond these videos if you want to do this. And I strongly encourage it, but you know, you better plug up that drain well and the overflow, and it doesn't take long to pour it, but it sure takes some time to research it. All right, all the best. Like and subscribe. Thank you.